Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Wednesday of Magic Week. I'm Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, to help you get up and get after it with Kindness Rising. Thank you so much. Today we are tapping into one of the simplest, oldest, and most surprisingly wonderful powerful habits, actually. People watching. Anybody out there a people watcher? I know that I am. I love to watch people. I learn so much about people and about the world by watching. Absolutely. It's everywhere. It's free. And when you do it with curiosity, not judgment, you start seeing the magic that's been around the whole time. Let's rise together. Wow, I can see.
Every morning, the world starts quietly. One soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing. A spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, Mike Sullivan. Thanks for joining us today, as you do every day, Sully. I did get your LinkedIn message. I've been thinking about how best to respond to you. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I will respond. I think I have some ideas, and I encourage you. My first word to you is take action. Take action first. Worry about some of the other stuff later. That's my advice. But I hope you're having a great day today, Mike Sullivan. Hang in there. You have an amazing story to tell, and I know you'll do a great job of telling it. Absolutely. Listen, people watching, it gets a bad rap, like it's you're nosy or bored or staring or awkward. But honestly, it makes you human, because when you actually look at people, you don't just see what they're doing, you see who they're trying to be. People watching, it's the practice of noticing. The dad pulling out every trick to keep his toddler entertained. That teenager walking into a room pretending to be confident. Good morning, Justice Jane 24. I am so glad you are here with us here on Kindness Rising, and we are talking about the subject of people watching. Are you a people watcher, Justice Jane? Tell us about yourself, where you're from, what's up. We are glad you are here. What do you notice about people? Maybe the exhausted barista still trying to smile, like, oh, that person is struggling. Maybe you want to respond with a little kindness. The elderly man who's rereading a label 3 times because he wants to get it right. Maybe offer a little help in the grocery store when someone is struggling. When you look at people with your own soft eyes, you realize everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about, and they're doing it while trying to be good, to be kind, to be functional, and to be enough. I believe that every person out there wants to have a great time. Eye contact. All right. Well, thank you, Justice Jane, eye contact. That's your thing, making eye contact. All right. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about, and they're doing it while trying to be good. That's right. That's what I said. I'm saying it again. One of my beliefs is that people really want to do good in this world. I truly believe that. Sure, there are some evil people. I had a thought yesterday while I was out on a walk, and that is that most people are good, but every person has a little something, flaw, something I wouldn't call, I don't want to say evil, but most people have good intentions. I believe that, truly I do, even if they're having trouble finding them. And but also everybody has a flaw, and we all have flaws, and that's part of being vulnerable and being a human being. So I believe that people watching can be empathy training if you choose to look at it through the right eye, not through a judgmental eye. Absolutely. Justice Jane, I am glad you found the channel here at Kindness Rising. Go ahead and subscribe. Join us live 7:30 a.m. Eastern every Monday through Friday, and then get involved in the chat. Get involved with the Mornings in the Lab network. Check out Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. The big show on our network. I am the opener, and then at 8 o'clock we all get on over there. So absolutely, Justice Jane, thank you so much for joining us. And Justice Jane, let me introduce you to a couple of our other friends. They are Cal and Stan, and they join us daily with antics and subject matter related to what we're talking about.
Cal, observe that human smiling at a squirrel.
People like squirrels, Stan.
Remarkable. Their rituals are endless.
Stan, you're people.
Stan still hasn't realized he qualifies as human. Thrilling work from our resident naturalist.
Stan's out there staring at people, watching people, still trying to figure out what we do as human beings, and that is one way to do it. Sure, it's easy to judge people. I do it. Sure, of course I do it. We all do it. We judge, we make up stories about people in our head, but the truth is we don't know what other people have going on in their lives. Maybe think about, well, maybe that person isn't thinking about where they're at. Their life may be somewhere else. Life with Julio, welcome. Matteo Diaz, what is up? And Wintry FFG. Okay, that is a name. All right. Chriso, 1972. Is that a year? I know that year. Very familiar with it. Stream 429 of trying to get a streamer to wish me happy birthday. Well, why wouldn't I wish you happy birthday, buddy? Happy birthday to Delane Martin. Absolutely. Welcome. Happy birthday. Welcome to Kindness Rising. Life with Julio. What's your one advice you could tell me? I love that. I'll give you my advice. Be kind. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Get out there and make a difference with your small actions. Know that you have an impact on other people in the world, and that is my advice to you. Delane, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Dylan Martin, happy birthday. Absolutely. All right. So Cal and Stan got after it a little bit with us this morning on Kindness Rising, and they're out there watching people from their bench. I'm having a sip of my coffee, relaxing and enjoying the stream of chat for sure. So here's a question. Tell us a story about a stranger or something that happened recently that made you smile or made you think of something important. I will tell you, for me, at the stage of my life, I enjoy watching families, and I'm not being creepy, but I enjoy that little snippet of a conversation you might hear as you're walking through the grocery store and remembering those days, maybe a mother arguing with a kid or a child asking for something or somebody giving a kid some lesson or advice about shopping or whatever it might be. To me, that always gives me a little smile and a little observation, a good memory from raising my own children. So that's my story of strangers that make me smile or think. Maybe you've got one out there too. Tell us about it in the chat. Waltzed. Is that a word? It is now. Sounds right. Whilst I tell you about our kindness spotlight, because every day here on Kindness Rising, we talk about multiplying kindness and unlocking growth for good people doing good work. And today we are talking about that too. And we are talking about an organization that embodies the heart of today's theme. Absolutely. It's called Sidewalk Talk. It's a global movement where volunteers set up 2 chairs on a sidewalk next to a sign that says, "We're here to listen." No therapy, no fixing, no agenda, just presence. In a world where we pass each other without a second glance, Sidewalk Talk asks, what would happen if we actually paid attention? It's amazing. People share stories, they cry, they laugh, they reconnect with their own humanity because a stranger gave them 10 minutes. 10 minutes of pure presence. Sidewalk Talk proves that when you listen deeply, you'll also rediscover yourself. And there's huge love going out to those volunteers that are doing this heart first work around the world. Absolutely. Welcome in. It is morning. Thank you very much. I appreciate that you will support my you say freedom of speech. Absolutely. I am grateful that I am able to come here every day and help people to get up with a little bit of kindness, with a little bit of hope, with a little bit of energy, self-reflection. Absolutely. Jordan, is Sidewalk Talk supported by psychology? Oh, like research in psychology? I don't know. Maybe I will ask my child who is studying that subject right now, but I do know from my own experience that having a person to talk to is essential. I do know that the volunteers are given training and sign waiver. You know, there's credentialing, there's things that have to happen to be part of the formal part of that organization. But I don't know about how much is supported in the research personally. It is a great question, though. It is a great question, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that kind of accountability and honesty with that kind of those kind of questions to think about. So look a little deeper. Absolutely. I can also tell you, did I say this? I can't. I said I can tell you from my own experience that being able to have someone to talk to makes a huge difference in life. And so if you find a person who is of interest, even sometimes as a stranger, sometimes you meet someone and you can just talk to them. It's very interesting. Anyway, that is our little kindness spotlight today. I appreciate your involvement. Yes. How's that? How did I do? Was that good enough for you? That's fun. All right. I don't mind trying to speak a little gibberish. If you'll come back and get involved in the community, subscribe to the channel, that is all right with me. Thank you for everyone who is sticking around. Tell us about your question about beer. Okay, an interesting change of subject. Go ahead, ask me your I'm asking you a silly question, or ask me. It doesn't have to be silly; it can be serious. Beer. I have some long-standing experience with beer, although of late it is extremely limited, if not at all. Hey, Gary. Cool. I am glad. All right. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Kindness Rising, Gary. And fire away with your question about beer for husbands to people watch. Yeah, Mom. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We talked about the mall the other day. People watching was a huge part of what we like to do when we're out there in the mall. That's definitely what I do when I go with my friends. Hey, sup, dude? All right, cowboy. Welcome in. Welcome in. Never heard of it. Gary. Never heard of King Cobra. Oh my God. Mold in a beer? No. No, that sounds like that's got a problem for sure. Cowboy, I'm doing great, man. I am up and at 'em this morning on Kindness Rising with you from 7:30 a.m. till 8 a.m. every weekday morning, and bringing back some Gen X nostalgia if you are into that. And that is what we are going to jump into right about now. All right.
It's 9:88 and I'm here in an airport gate. Nobody has boundaries. Dudes yelling into payphones, families reenacting Lifetime movies, and not a TSA agent in sight.
All right. I literally whipped that little bad boy off maybe 90 seconds before I hit the go live button because I just thought it was funny. But that is approximately my appearance from 1998. I was pretty amazed at how quickly and how efficiently I was able to get something like that on board, because that's what I want to talk about. One of the ultimate places for people watching, I'm talking about the airport, especially the airport pre 9/11. Holy moly. Rewind to that time if you ever experienced it. It was pure chaos, a completely different world, but freer world. You could go anywhere, do anything. I mean, security was, you walk through a old school metal detector. I don't even think you had to hand somebody an ID. If you had a boarding pass, you got on the plane. Uh, Absolutely. And I mean, it's still this way in some ways, but I think people have just changed a lot, especially because of technology, keeping kids quiet and occupied for sure. Kids chaos in an airport was absolutely nuts. Rows of payphones, just rows and rows of payphones for people getting off the plane. Why do I look like the Roblox CEO? Man, I wish. No, I am not the Roblox CEO. I am Matthew Rouff, the uncommon kindness guy, and I come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, to get you up with a little bit of hope and to have a little bit of positivity to start your day right before you get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, the other program in the Mornings in the Lab network. Absolutely. All right. Well, if the Roblox CEO needs a doppelganger and wants to give me some money, I'd be all right with that. I'd be all right with that. Absolutely. And speaking about some money, absolutely. For the first time ever, I'm announcing the availability of Kindness Rising merchandise. If you're out there in the world and you want to support the show, this is one way you can do it. We are growing fast, and I am glad that you have chosen to spend time here. I think, boom, I just hit the link on my fourth wall. Kindness Rising shop. Check it out. Easy to order t-shirts, hats, that kind of stuff. Support the show. Tell people about it. Absolutely. I appreciate every single one of you showing up. That's the most important thing. If you have interest in the merchandise and you want to buy it, great. But what I really care about is that you are showing up here at 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday morning. Absolutely. So back then in pre 2001 airport, I was probably that guy that you saw earlier, but I was probably reading a Rolling Stone magazine or Sports Illustrated or something like that. But man, I was judging. I was judgmental. I would just be in awe of people and again, be making up stories about them. And I still do some of that. Absolutely, I do. But I try to remove the judgment from my eyes. That's the growth when I think back to who I was in 2001 or 1998 or whatever. When I was in my 20s, absolutely, absolutely. What I missed then and I see now is when you look at chaos like that and stuff going on, that is humanity. Everybody has a story. The world is nuts and it's okay. We all have our own crazy stories to tell for sure. Chat about it on your hat and sweatshirt. Absolutely, Roseanne. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you every day. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to take a little sip. Oh, it's an Anheuser. I'm looking back into the chat here. I missed a few things. Trying to get hold of Anheuser-Busch since Monday. They just keep putting me on like a 5 to 6 hour wait. Wow, it's an Anheuser-Busch product. That is absolutely remarkable. I've never heard of the product. I don't really shop for that stuff. Then there's tons of new product out there. Absolutely. Once in a while I'll have a beer at a craft beer place or something like that. I used to enjoy the drink, but I have found my life is a lot clearer, a lot more focus. The recovery time, it's just not worth it for me. All right. But I'm not here to talk about that. What I am here to talk about is going live, going from watching to being seen. That's the challenge, right? We're talking about people watching all day, but people love watching real people. I'm a real person. You're watching me, and I appreciate it. Not perfect, not polished, just real, just real. And when you hit go live, you shift from being the watcher to being the one that people connect with, the one that people look for answers, to lead, to laugh, to show their authenticity, to show their authority. It builds trust with people when you go live and you're authentic, because people can tell the difference between when you're not and when you are. So that is my suggestion, is when you go live, that's what you do. You establish yourself as a leader, as an authority, as a community person. Opportunities emerge because you put yourself out there, you share a little bit of your vulnerability. That's the message for today, for sure. People are not looking for perfect, they're looking for you. And today's challenge is to show your real space, your real voice, and your real humanity. Go live. You can do it. You can reach out to me, Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. You can reach out to Keith Billis over at the Mornings in the Lab Network. You can find us here on YouTube. You can find us on LinkedIn. You can find us on Facebook. That's where I stream. Keith spends a lot of time on X. I'm not over there too much, but that's where you can find us if you want to talk about it. You got a thought, you got a question, you've got an inquiry about how you can do it. You want to know what it takes, the details, let us know and we can help you and we can make it super, super easy for you. All right. We'll get you in the lab and we will get you cooking for sure. Thank you again for joining me here on Kindness Rising. And every day here, we try to give you something to walk away with. We call it the Kindness Compass because we want you to have action in what you do or some way to bring this, what we've talked about, into your world today. And my first suggestion for ways to people watch with kindness is lead with curiosity. Every stranger is in the middle of a story you haven't read. You have no idea. You don't know the prologue. Think about the fact that they have a story and just remember to lead with curiosity, not judgment. Notice people's effort. It's great when you see people trying something, and even if they're failing, notice the effort they are putting into something, whether that's the effort of someone who's supporting you in a store or that's the effort of a parent with their child, or that's the effort of a stranger helping another stranger. Know it. Notice it. Respond to stress with softness. A little patience can shift someone's whole moment. Remember, if that person is stressed, right? We're not trying to mirror their stress. We can control the mood and the mode of the conversation with the way we act and the way we react to other people's stress. And lastly, let humans surprise you. They will if you give them the space. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us here on Kindness Rising. Of course, we have to have a visit from our friend Sensei Whiskers today. And I don't know where he is. We'll go there.
How do I honor the people who shaped me?
By telling them gratitude grows stronger when spoken. Even a purr must be heard.
Whoa! Amazing.
Well, that wasn't quite what I intended to show you, but the message still holds from last week's Gratitude Week. I am glad that I am able to reinforce that message of gratitude and say thank you to every single one of you who has chosen to stick around here at Kindness Rising, getting involved in the chat. I really, really appreciate everyone spending the time. That's what it is. I know that you could spend your time anywhere else that you want to, and I am glad you're spending your time here with me. And then now I want you to go spend some time over with Keith Billis, Keith John, and friends on the mornings in the lab, where they are talking about the relationship reboot, how men actually learn to love better. Wow. All right. I will be interested in what's going on over there. That is going to be an interesting conversation for sure. So why don't you go head on over with me to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Here's the thing. People watching isn't creepy. It's consciousness. It's conscious. When you really notice people, you snap less, you soften more, and you connect deeper. Look up today. Notice the people around you. Let their magic shape how you move through the world, and have a beautiful Wednesday. But most of all, as we always say, stay uncommon and stay kind. What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get-after-it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.